Good morning, dear children. Today we begin with history subject. We begin with our first lesson, that is the Indian subcontinent and history. Correlation between history and geography. Relationship between man and environment is inseparable. We have already studied in Standard 5 how the changes in the lifestyle of the early man and his technology were related to changes in his environment. History means the significant study of the past events of human culture. History has four main pillars or components. They are time, place, society, and individuals. All these are important for the study of history. The component place is related to geography. So from this you can understand that history and geography goes hand in hand. Next we have is factors dependent on geographical characteristics. They are diet, clothing, housing, and occupation. Diet of the people depend on the availability of food in that region. Clothing depends on the climate of that particular region. Houses depends on the environmental conditions of that place. Where there is heavy rainfall, you can see houses with sloping roof. In cities, you can see buildings. In villages, you find huts. The life of people in hilly region is different than that of the people on the plains. In hilly regions, there are mountains, so very little land is available for agriculture. So their livelihood depends on tourism, animal rearing, etc. Whereas in plain region, there is lot of flat surface available for agriculture. Sources of livelihood depends on the following factors: climate, rainfall, agricultural produce, flora and fauna of that region. Places where you have plentiful and good environment conditions for agriculture or other occupations, people do migrate to those places. Whereas, where these conditions are not favorable, villages and towns have become deserted. We have seen many examples in history. So, history and geography are closely related. Now let's study the Indian physical subcontinents. India is surrounded with waters on three sides. In the north lies the Himalayas. To the east is the Bay of Bengal. To the west is the Arabian Sea. To the south is the Indian Ocean. There are two islands, that is Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep. Before 1947, Pakistan and Bangladesh were also a part of India. The physical divisions or features of India. The Himalayas in the north. Second, the plains of Sindhu, Ganga, Brahmaputra rivers or the North Indian plains. The Thar Desert, or also called as the Indian Desert. The Deccan Plateau, also called as the Peninsular Plateau. The coastal regions. And the last one is the islands in sea. The Himalayas. The Hindu Kush and Himalaya ranges are to the north of India. The Himalayan mountains are one of the most beautiful places in India. It's a beautiful gift of nature. The Himalayas are 2400 kilometers long. They separate the Indian subcontinent from the deserts of Central Asia. The Khyber Pass, which is the northern pass between Pakistan and Afghanistan, the trade route that bridges between Central and South Asia. It is the strategic military pass. Movement of thousands of people can be seen here. The trade route from China passes through Central Asia and reaches Arabia. It is also known as Silk Route because silk was mainly exported to the Western countries. Many foreign travelers came to India by this route. The next physical division we have is the plains of Sindhu, Ganga, Brahmaputra, also called as the North Indian Plains. It lies between Himalayas to the north and plateau region to the south. It has an area of 6,77,638 square kilometers. This plain is made from alluvium deposits brought down by the Himalayan rivers. This region consists of basins of the three main rivers, Sindhu, Ganga, Brahmaputra, and their tributaries. Indian civilization of Harappa and the later states and empires of ancient India emerged from this region. As the land was very fertile and agricultural produce was more, many ancient Indian people had their settlements here. So today we have learned about correlation between history and geography and physical division of India, the first and the second point, that is the Himalayas and the plain.